Alrighty, hello everybody. Starting off my stream today with my EGG 9 round 4 match. Just setting up everything, just quickly want to share it on all of the groups. And then we'll get into my opponent is already ready and waiting. I just asked her for some patience just to get the stream ready and share it with everybody. So we will be with you momentarily. Okay, it has been shared. Alrighty, that means we are ready to go. Seeing some dropped frames. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Let's get the challenge going. Okie dokie, record is currently 2-1. Lost my there we go. Challenge is cancelled. Just waiting for opponent to set stuff. Let's view this challenge. Alrighty, I've seen people saying they can't hear anything on the stream, which would suck. Let me make sure that my mic and everything is working. Not sure what's happening with the sound. We'll try and figure that out. But at least you'd be able to see the game with little to no commentary if the sound isn't working. Hopefully we can sort that out. I didn't change anything from last night's stream. Anyway, I want to remain focused as much as I can on the match at hand. So I'm not going to be worrying about anything else. We can sort out the technical difficulties a bit later. Okay, it looks like a good hand. I'm going to keep this. We've got some early plays. We've got stuff to do. Playing against Bant Ramp. Starting off with the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Next turn we'll go freebooter to see what's in the hand. Temple of a Plenty and scrying. I definitely want to see what is in my opponent's hand and take away some of the nasty stuff that can possibly derail my plan. Oh, two Teferis shatter the sky. That's always great. Do I have something to deal with the shatter? Either way, it doesn't really matter what we take here, because soon enough it will be bounced back to hand. Okay. Okay, not going to see a growth spiral on the opponent's turn, which means I can attack, and I don't really want to overextend into the Shatter the Sky, so we're going to pump up the Knight of the Ebon Legion, which I don't really think is the best play always, but at least post Shatter the Sky we'll still have some cards to play. Okay, Teferi, possibly bouncing the Kite Sail freebooter for the other Teferi. No, Knight of the Ebon Legion. What are they going to bounce? Because look, next turn is definitely a Shatter the Sky turn. Or are they just going to tick it up? Might be a better plan for the opponent to tick up the Teferi. But that, okay, now we're bouncing the Knight. Rightio, which means we can kill Teferi. Let's start off with that, because I definitely want to kill Teferi. I am going to play the Spawn of Mayhem because I would like to draw a card off of the Shatter the Sky. At least some value. I've got a Rankle to follow up the Shatter. Okay, that was expected. Drew a Castle Lochtwain off of it. Right, so now the question is, what can we get in? Definitely going to go Rankle. Discarding won't be great because they do have lands. And let's get in for the 3 damage either way. Look, I think I am still going to let them discard because I can throw a Gutter Bones away that I can get back. So we're going to discard nothing else at the moment. I'm throwing away a Gutter Bones. They'll probably throw away a land. And I'll put down Knight of the Ebon Legion. And let's see if I can ride one of these two in. But the Teferi will most likely come down, bouncing the Knight. If nothing else, we've got the Teferi. Bouncing Rankle, that won't make much sense. Bouncing the Knight, most likely, or ticking up. What will it be? Decisions. Okay, bouncing Rankle, because it's most expensive card, doesn't give me much to do. I can't most likely double spell. That was up until now. Because now I can go Rankle, I can keep Heartless Act and Blacklance Paragon up. What we should be wary of is what's the fairy? Not Teferi, the other fairy that's going to bounce my stuff. Let's see. Petty theft. We have to be wary of petty theft. Opponent does have... No, she doesn't have petty theft main board. So... what else can they be playing? I think we are relatively fine with attacking the knight into Teferi for 1 and Rankle hitting that helps. I don't want to discard this time because I got enough up. Having him lose a life, because I can go up to 4, I can do 7. Maybe that's a good idea, because the next attack might then be lethal. And I'm going to end the turn there. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it was a growth spiral. I will be playing the Paragon. Oh, I should have played that at the end of their turn and not the end of my turn. Damn it. If this is a Shatter the Sky and I'm going to lose to Shatter the Sky, that's really going to be unfortunate. In my mind, it was their turn. What a play mistake. That was not ideal at all. Yeah, Nissa coming down, making it extremely difficult for me to kill the land, because Heartless Act does nothing. Okay. So what can we do for 4 mana? That could be a Shatter the Sky. No. Small little crisis, which I can do nothing about, or at least Heartless Act can remove 3. Okay. Even though I made a bit of a play mistake there, I still came away with game number 1. Now it's down to sideboarding. Winning that first game almost wants you not to sideboard, but I guess sticking to the plan is important. 3 Noxious Grasps coming in, because there are many targets for it. I just want to play 2 of the Cry of Carnarium, especially for Jolriel and her little tokens. Agonizing Remorse is good because it hits most of the things in hand, and we definitely want to get rid of Uro. And we'll get in the Murderous Rider for the blue Planeswalkers. is going to come in. What we take out, though, these 4 Heartless Acts don't seem great. We're taking out 1 Duress. Let's try and not make another play mistake with them by removing the Paragons. My filler card, because I did not have enough wild cards to craft a Hunted Nightmare. So taking out Demonic Embrace. And I'm also removing 1 Kite Sail Freebooter. I don't know whether that's correct or not, but this is what I'm going to try and play with. Post board, I'm expecting them to bring Talismere. 1 more Shatter the Sky. And commence the endgame. And a Brazen Borrower might even make it. Now here's the thing, we can't keep this hand. Even though drawing a swamp, being on the draw here is attractive, but can I really afford it? I am a coward. I will mulligan. Okay, that's something I can work with. In this case, I'll probably ship a land, because I've got 3 turns to draw into my 3rd one. Okay, and as with good tournament play, my heart is racing after winning the first one. Which makes it very enjoyable. It makes you feel that you are alive. Opponent mulliganing down to 5. We know with the Bant Ramp decks that isn't necessarily a problem. Okay, and we've got our 3rd source. This can be an explosive start. The big question is, should we play around Shatter the Sky? And that's most likely the correct answer. But you should have threats on the board for them to actually want to play Shatter the Sky. Okay, we are expecting a Petty Theft, but it's only 1 if our opponent brought that in. No counter spells really, except if she boarded in counter spells. Which I don't think the Bant Ramp decks do against aggro. Okay. Indeed, the Brazen Borrower is there, but I think it's more important to get rid of Uro. We do have the Shatter the Sky, which we can get rid of with Duress. Yes, let's do Uro and exile it. We can swing for the 2. I'm expecting the Petty Theft. Not. Okay. Opponent still needs the extra white land to come down. Now the question is, should I go Hunted Nightmare, which will be bounced, which can buy another turn, or should I just get rid of that Shatter the Sky now? I think it's more important to get rid of the Shatter the Sky, but let's force the hand. Okay, Growth Spiral, finding Hydroid Graces, which I can deal with. I think Shatter the Sky is more important at the moment. And let's connect for 2. We've got the Murderous Rider to deal with Hydroid Graces, but even if Hydroid Graces comes down, the Cry of the Carnarium can also take care of that. Okay, let's see if Petty Theft is going to come down. bounce this lone gutter bones. Not the case. Let's get a Hunted Nightmare on the ground. They can play Brazen Borrower as a flash creature to get their token. Growth Spiral coming down to find another land. Let's see what happens this turn. Hey, Teferi, which will bounce something, but we can kill Teferi next turn. Still killing Teferi with the Gutter Bones. No need to use the Murderous Rider. Gutter Bones on Teferi. And we can pressure with a Hunted Nightmare. Not keeping up anything, but at least presenting some removal. But on Arena, our opponents can typically pick that up with their stops or just phasing through the different phases. Okay, opponent bricks on land. Playing the swamp now might not be consequential at all. Hey, we are attacking with both. I'm predicting that the Hunted Nightmare is going to be bounced by Petty Theft. Which means afterwards I can play the swamp and still have Murderous Rider up. Yes, so that happens. Hunted Nightmare back into my hands. Connecting for 2. Playing the swamp. We have the Hunted Nightmare come down again for the 3rd time. And let's see if opponent can find lands. That's not the case, unfortunately. Question being, should I now drop... Well, I can't drop Murderous Rider because that's a creature. Okay. Let's attack and see what happens. The Brazen Borrower will most likely come down. No, they won't, because they can't block anything on the ground. Another one. Where did this come from? Let's connect. Playing our Hunted Nightmare. Again. The question now is, if I put down Murderous Rider, I could have lethal the next turn. I think that's the right play. Even though playing, overextending, if Shattered the Sky would drop now, it could be detrimental. And we will be seeing Shatter the Sky coming through, like I called it. Can we rebuild from here? Okay, maybe, yeah. If I go Castle Lochtway now, I'll only have 1 mana up. Which might not be great, because we can use the Noxious Grasp on the Hydrate Crisis when it comes down now. Yeah, we can do Castle Lochtway at the end of turn. This Crisis has got flash. No, it does not have flash. opponent goes up to 7. I will be using, or shall we be, I think shall I be greedy and wait to play the Cry of the Carnarium? Let's rather draw. But I can still play this. Looks like I can't count. I should have probably drew just to see if I could get Rankle. But let's leave that mana up for now. Okay, opponent is scrying. These two Brazen Borrowers won't make a difference if one of them does come down. Nissa, however, is a bit more of a challenge. This land will connect because they do get haste. Don't they? I think that does it. If we all attack into the opponent, that's 5 damage coming through. Regardless. I can't believe this. What a good match. I think I made a few mistakes there, but still being rewarded with the victories. Very close games, I think. Wow. Thank you very much to Laura. Excellent opponent. Was great playing against her.